Hey Martin, congratulations. You're just out of the final game against Spurs. How much did you deserve this evening, you think? Well, I think that it reflect the game we did play, 1-0 or maybe even 2-0, so in that sense we cannot be too happy with the result, but obviously we can be happy with how we presented ourselves today. You mentioned as well that you could have made even more chances, scored more chances. When do you think your players should be really engaging with those kind of things? Because obviously they should be enjoying this result, shouldn't they? Well, enjoy. I mean, obviously they should be enjoying. We shouldn't forget to enjoy. But we also should just feel confidence from this result, because we played really well, and also we have some phases in which we were just dominant in our playing style, and we really prepared ourselves well for the return. Is there a specific player for you who really just stuck out, or was it just a collective? Because obviously you had a plan and the plan worked, but doesn't it feel as a trainer as if it felt as a player to win on the pitch? Or isn't that really the same feeling, to be standing there on the pitch? Well, you're just very proud. I mean, I'm proud of everyone. We just made the plan together and they put it into action really well, and they fought for each other, and that's just beautiful sight to behold. And to be sitting on the bench, even though the guys sitting on the bench are not playing, you can see that they're all living together, they're all engaged, fully engaged with the game, and that's very important because we need that spirit. The guys need to be on top of things. At the end, we started with Balic on number 10 and with Sam van Dijk as a striker, and they needed to fall in because some guys fell out today. We had some issues, some physical issues. Then the others had to stand in, and if we had to miss those guys, I mean, there would have been chances for other players as well. So I'm just very proud of that, especially that we can see that everyone in the whole squad took their part. Speaking about the players who fell out, Lardo had a really tough time with his ankle. Casillas also had issues. How many options do you have up front? He had issues with his groin, Casillas. Rodales we have still, and Max Meerdink is training along as well. So he'll have to prepare as well himself, Max Meerdink. But you can see with a player like Burmeister, who's so multifunctional on the pitch, you can be playing with him up front as well, because he has speed as well. So we'll be looking into that just calmly. And maybe we can prepare other guys who fell out and just improve their fitness as well. We have to rest this weekend and make a good plan for next week. Thank you. Any other questions? The microphone can go to the back. Maarten, you won against Galatasaray, AS Roma, Fenerbahce, and also Tottenham. Do you really feel that you're putting AZ on the map in Europe with these games and these results? Well, maybe that's rather a consequence. I mean, they're looking at how our results, obviously everybody's looking at them, and that's just good to see. And it's even more beautiful to do that with a young group. Many guys came in on the pitch who played in the youth academy here in AZ, and that's just beautiful. But in the end, it's all about the results, and we are still halfway our next step. We made this first step in winning this game, but if we manage to win these two games, then we just have to remain calm and just remain focused. That above all else. But for you personally, because your name, Maarten Martens, will be getting more known and known in Europe. Have you been thinking about that? No. We just make a plan, all of us, all together, all trainers. The players think along with us, and as I mentioned before, we just try to get the results that we want, and we're just working in the first place on being ready for next week and preparing for next Thursday. Hey Maarten, congratulations. It's impressive to see Denso come into the pitch, Denso Casillas. What did you think of his game? He played really well, but we all know what he's capable of. And I thought that in the sense of amount of minutes he played, it wasn't really different than away against Tottenham. Because then as well, I think it was Ruben van Bommel who fell out because of an injury. And so we know what Denso Casillas is capable of, we know his qualities. And really show that this evening. especially with his actions when he put Troy Parrott in position. And it is really good to have such a guy in your squad, on your squad. And he's very good, he's very focused. He can come on as a back immediately, especially in these kinds of games. In the counter-attacks, he's a great weapon to have. And we already had him behind as plan B against Galatasaray to decide the game against Galatasaray, and he did that with a shot on goal from a distance, which is one of his great weapons as well. So it's amazing to see that Denzel Casius is a great weapon for our team, and he's important. Are you concerned about his fitness, Casius? He seemed to reach for a muscle. Yes, I am a bit concerned. Obviously, there are some concerns, but right now is not the moment to be thinking about that. We just have to look whether we can improve his fitness or not. Maarten, in what sense did you think your squad played better than the past game against Spurs? I think I mentioned it yesterday during the press conference that we, throughout the year, we have been improving on many things, and we've been bringing along many things also since that game in London, because we did feel that we weren't that far away from the level that Tottenham was at, but we just needed that final decisiveness in our play. And today, maybe we came onto the pitch with more confidence on the pitch. And if you feel that your players come onto the pitch with that conviction and with that belief, then you can play even more offensively. And we tried to play more offensively today. And that's not just a question of pressuring high, but also in the beginning of the game, we tried to play with that conviction, big phases, and also even when playing more towards our goalkeeper, we're standing lower. And I gave them many compliments for that, because it's very, very well put into action, our game plan, and that conviction, they really showed it today, and we used that conviction today as well. We'll have to use that next week as well. It will have to give us a boost for next week to take it over the mark. But did you think, what's the most beautiful thing for you to see? It must be beautiful to see that progress against the same opponent. Yes, obviously, we're happy with that progress. We have a very young squad, a very talented young squad, and then it's all about being focused and to work hard and to put the plan into action, and everybody has to go for it 100%. And if you keep working on it every single day, day in, day out, then the guys show that they have been making progress, and that's just a sight to behold. Final question here up front. Maarten, good evening. We're surprised by your squad, how your young guys can play this well against top teams. Are you surprised? Not really, because we know that they're capable of this. We have a specific playing style, we have specific qualities in our squad, and then we have to be putting that into action as well. And if everyone just shows up at these kind of evenings, then anything is possible at these evenings at home in Alkmaar, and that they showed this again today. The next step is to be doing that, to showing that in the away game as well, once more. And it's a midweek play games and weekend games, so we have been growing in that. We haven't been playing that well always in all our games. In the many games we have to play, but the more we can practice this, the better we'll get at it. But nobody is really that surprised that you managed to play this well against Tottenham, right? That goes to show your progress, doesn't it? Yeah, I do think so. I do think we showed this throughout the year, that we're very happy with our results today. I want to say that, I've said that. I mean, in the end, it's all about the results that shows, that can bring some enthusiasm to our supporters. I mean, we're all enthusiastic, us as well, and we do it for ourselves as well, to bring enthusiasm to our group. But it's also for all the other fans who come to the stadium to live along this beautiful evening and to show them a beautiful game, also the ones sitting at home watching the game. And we all know that we have to be coming onto the pitch really focused. The 1-0 corner that you have been training on, it looked as if you were training on that. Did you see chances for that specific corner? Yes, obviously, we have been working on that intensively, very hardly during our trainings, on those set pieces in the corner, and we did manage to profit. The ball did fall into the goal with some luck, but it did, enhance our chances to work on those set pieces. We have 4 players of 195 or above, 1 meter and 95 centimeters or above, so we need to train on the timing and where the ball needs to be, and it's beautiful to see how it fell well within the box today. Yes, Maarten, when you look at the wingers and the problems that came there for you today, maybe you can play with a young player from under 19, maybe Busiane, or is it too early for an under 19? No, it's a good tip from yours. It's a good tip, thank you. But could he be physically and mentally capable of playing at that level already, the under-19 Busiane player? Well, you will only know once you start playing with them, obviously. But we also have Rosangelo Dahl, who has been very important for us at many times at the home games here. Also, I think in Ludogorets, he came onto the pitch. So it's just good that we have all these lads ready to start. And I think that Wassim has that experience as well on a lower level in the youth league, which is the highest level in his age category, and he only takes that experience with him along. And it's only good to have all that experience for him right now, and he's improving from the youth league. We will think about it, obviously, but we have to look if we have other players fit to play, the older players. Yes, Maarten, you mentioned that you wanted to say that you wanted to show your fans something, and you wanted to entertain the players. But in your the fans. But are you an idealist or a realist in your heart as a trainer? Well, in the end, it's all about the results. And you may play as attractively as you want, but if you don't have anything to show for it, it's useless. And then the people stop believing, and then I'm convinced that nothing will start working for the squad neither. So you just have to keep focusing on making a plan and finding the football that fits to your players, the group of players that you have. That's what we try. We don't always manage to do so. And at times we have different ways to be dangerous offensively with a high press or maybe provoking press, where you try to invite them to step in. But we can also do that in our build-ups, with short build-ups, one-on-ones, which we did, I think, at times. But at times we also play the long balls, and we try to bring in variation in our play, which makes it hard for our opponents to adapt to our game style. And we're looking for those instruments, but in the end it's all about the players being capable of putting it into action and having the qualities to do that. And those qualities are very important, so we need to make use of those qualities. But in the end, it's all about working well together and having a good organization. And whether it's with or off the ball, without the ball, it doesn't matter. It's all about working good and well together. You did see from the bench the fun with which they were working for each other. They're really enjoying themselves. You can't really say that of every single team, can you? Did you have moments during this season when you saw that they really start enjoying playing more and more? Yeah, well, they start to enjoying themselves more and more. It grew throughout the season. It grew, but we did have some setbacks, obviously, throughout the season. But we gave other guys chances, other players chances, and you start to analyzing everything and learning a lot, even from setbacks. Past Sunday, we just simply didn't manage. We weren't alert on the pitch. We started to get frustrated too much. And then I just confronted the guys really harshly with that, because it doesn't help to get frustrated. And I'm happy that in that sense we managed to turn around that bad result from Sunday. But in the end, it's all about wanting to playing like that every single game. That's the goal. And obviously at times you have some setbacks, but step by step you just improve, and that's what it's all about in the end. Thank you.
Dag coach.
Hi, trainer. It was mentioned a couple of times here that your squad is very young, but with lots of confidence already. This evening, we can also see their confidence on the pitch. Is it something that you're working on actively, or is it something that just comes naturally from the results that you're producing in European football? Well, it's not just from this season. We shouldn't forget that there are some young guys who already were there 2 seasons ago in the Conference League. And then we managed to get all the way up to the semi-finals. Not too many boys are still here, but many lads still have that experience and that conviction from back then onto the pitch, to bring it onto the pitch. And a big group as well in the Youth League came onto the very end and won in the Youth League. And those are young lads who just have lots of conviction that once you just have a good organization in your squad and work well together and combine it with the quality in the football and the qualities that you have on your squad, that anything is possible in that case. And obviously that's just a good plus, especially if you already have that in your Youth League with your youngsters, in your academy players. And the Europa League obviously is a step higher than that. And step by step we grow towards that level, and that helps a lot. And it's a sight to behold. It's beautiful to see. I think that's the final question. Thank you very much. And have a safe trip home.